Hello, welcome to Empower Capital. Today we're going to talk to you part 3 of how I went from 0 to 200K 16 weeks. This time we're going to try to pack a lot in this video. So I'm going to share my screen and let's get straight to business. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions, okay? Let's get going. So defining your niche. Once again, I made a video about multiplying your income. That sort of talks a little bit about defining your niche. So I'm going to quickly go over this. So let's talk about these areas as well. So choosing your passion, right, versus profitability. Make sure that you choose one of those, right? Because sometimes your passion may not be profitable, right? And maybe the profitability may not be your passion, right? Also think about impact and so on. Research what works, right? Keywords research. Know what type of words to use in your description whenever you post up a video. That's very important. Keyword research. You can use a AI tool called vidIQ. That can help you with all of that, right? We have AI now, so a lot of things that usually would have taken you lots and lots of hours to do can now be simplified thanks to the power of AI. vidIQ also helps you with competitor analysis as well, things like that as well. So understanding your target audience is also important so you can sort of narrow down your niche and knowing what problem you want to solve, right? Creating a value proposition. What makes you special? What makes you different, right? How are you different from everybody else? Trying to figure out something unique about yourself, right? So those are all things to consider there. Um, let's go on to the next video here. And before we even go further, in the first part I just mentioned in the niche and audience discussion here, I have an assignment for you. Define your niche and write a one sentence mission statement. Okay. Go ahead and write a one sentence mission statement because that's going to set you up, right? So every time you drift off your goal or what you're doing, this will sort of keep you back aligned. Now let's talk about the setting up your YouTube channel, right? So there's step-by-step guides. You can use AI tools to help you guide you, right? But it's very simple. Once you go in there, you look through every single tab button that you can to set up your channel, okay? Fill in as much information as you can because the AI tool that is in the YouTube detects all those words and it helps you. So by filling it out as much as possible, it's all going to benefit you when you fill out every single area of your channel to set it up. Okay. Choosing your name and branding. Get a catchy name, get something that's gonna, stick. And something like Empower Capital, right, was pretty catchy, right? So, you know, use AI tools, generative AI to sort of help you figure out how or what title to use, what name for your channel you should use, and so on. Use it as your consultant for all of this. Optimize channel description, right? Writing for SEO, you can use vidIQ, right? You can use Gemini, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Meta AI and so on. So use that to help you as well, to figure out, the SEO optimization, the keywords, hashtags, tags. You can figure out Google Trends. What are the trending tags? What are the trending keywords that are out there? If you go to Google Trends, you can find that. And that is very helpful because when you type it in Google Trends, it will take you to a website where you can see all the trends for keyword that is trend. I didn't know about that until I found that research. So go into Google, type in Google Trends, and you will see all the trends that people are searching for in Google. So this is a very, very powerful, useful tool for keyword searches. So let's move on further, add in social media links and so on, right? Social media links from other social media platforms that you can use to sort of drive more traffic to your page. So now let's go to the next one. Planning your content strategy, right, is also important. Okay, making sure you are staying on schedule, knowing, okay, this day, Friday, I'm writing my scripts. Saturday, I'm recording. Sunday, I'm editing. Monday, I'm posting or getting ready to post, creating my thumbnails, right? I'm creating, so you have a good system in place so you can be efficient and effective in your strategy of doing this. And if once you master, then you can begin to post 2 videos a week when possible. And understanding retention, video retention, and why it matters, because retention helps boost your video, right? When people are watching videos for a long time, YouTube sort of pushes those videos out more. And so you want people to have high retention. And so picking trending topics mixed with evergreen topics, I think helps, right? So for this portion here, plan, your first 5 video ideas and titles and description, plan them, okay? And maybe for a month and worth of material, and then go from there. I think it's good doing content based on series as well, based on a series of videos, and try to operate in that way. I think it helps. Next, let's talk about the video scripting and structuring, right? So when you talking about video scripting, right, the perfect video script formula is HVC, right? Hook, value, call to action. And when you do that, if you have stories as well, you can interject them into this, which is very good, right? Knowing how to write your scripts, right? You can use AI to help you using a teleprompter versus speaking freely. You don't want to just use a teleprompter because you're going to sound like a robot, right? If you speak freely, you can make mistakes. If you use the teleprompter, you may not make mistakes, but sometimes people can see that you're just reading a teleprompter. So you have to figure out, how to avoid being seen that you're reading just off a teleprompter, right? So you don't want to do that, because think about it. If you are in a presentation at your company or your presentation in school or whatever that you're presenting at, right? They always teach you, right? You can't just read the slides in your presentation. You have to sort of engage with the audience as well, and not just read off of your slides, because they can easily do that as well. All right. So think about that, right? So that's the downside of teleprompter, but it's great because you make few mistakes when you speak, but you can edit all of that out. So if you want to find a balance between the two, that's also good. I have strategies around that. I'm not going to share right now, but ways to go about that. Tips to keep viewers watching, right? Once again, your content must be good, right? So even if your title is good, if your thumbnail is great, and the first few seconds are great, hook, it's still not good enough to keep people watching. Because remember, those 3 things I just mentioned are the 3 things that are going to draw the people in to your video, but what it's going to keep them. That's the hard part. And now let's talk about the filming and like a pro, right? So best option. So what filming I'm using? I'm using a camera called the webcam called Insta360. Okay, I'll try to leave a link there to a lot of the things that I have set up an Amazon page where you can sort of find all these things that I'm using, all these resources, all these links to all these things. So I use the Insta360 for my webcam. I use the iPhone 16 Pro Max as well to record, because that camera and the iPhone is actually as good as any camera out there. And I was told this by a professional photographer, by a professional videographer, that the iPhone has all the capabilities. You just gotta set the settings in a way to do that type of recording. So the iPhone is a very special phone because of that. And I'm sure other phones, Androids, can also do the same as well. It has the 4K capabilities and all the settings that you need to optimize your video. And my mic, the one that I have through my webcam, is good enough, but I use another mic here called the DJI, which is also very useful, very helpful, right? The DJI cost me about $250 or a little bit more, but it's very useful, very good. You can use that to really optimize your sound and voice. You can connect it uh, to the iPhone as well, right? You can connect to the iPhone and you can have the receiver here and connect the where you speak into right here as well and into here, and it sounds amazing on the iPhone. Even sounds better than the webcam that I'm using right now. So I love the iPhone when it comes to recording because it gives you some of the best quality of work, right? So the assignment for you here is record a 30-second test video using the principles that I just shared here, right? Using those principles that we just talked about and try and see how you do with that, right? Making your videos visually appealing, right? The angles that you come at, right? Sort of switching angles, putting pictures, putting videos within your video. Like when you watch Netflix, for example, and you watch a documentary or you watch, those type of shows where people are talking, such as a documentary, you see that they keep bringing pictures and clips in the video as they go on because that's how they keep you engaged, right? So go watch a Netflix episode on or a documentary or something like that and see how they present it. You see that this is the way they do it because people's attention span is very low, and so they have to keep doing that. Also, if you have multiple camera angles, go ahead if you want to go to that extent, right, to catch different angles and switching it. I think it's good. You don't have to do that, but if you can do that, that's very good because you're going to have to also do the editing for that. And if you want to edit, you can edit. If you don't want to edit yourself, you can send it to others to edit for you. If you want to know some of the people I have, some people I use to edit, let me know. But you can edit in different countries, such as on Fiverr, right? Fiverr has all the editors all around the world that can sort of do the editing for you for very low cost. Some doing it for $30 per video, some are doing it for $40 per video. So it's not that bad at all. It's pretty cheap, and some are even cheaper than that. So these are ways to sort of get that value and continue to enhance everything. So the last thing I want to share that I didn't want to share was about the teleprompter and speaking freely. So one of the most effective ways to use the teleprompter is, I'm not going to share it now. You're going to have to wait till the next episode. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. That's it for now. Remember, we love you. God loves you. Stay blessed. Have a blessed week. Take care.